I'm Jake Timmer. I'm one of the owners of Superior Technologies Research. We have worked in everything from doing artificial intelligence voice recognition for big auto manufacturers to building things for the military to working with very large data centers, also building firmware for drones, pretty varied types of products. You never really know what you're going to get. Different people come to you with different ideas and different needs. My workday typically looks like waking up in the morning. I generally check all my emails, do all my correspondence before I come into work. And then I generally am in meetings until around noon. And I spend the last half of my day writing code and doing architecture, basically working with our team here and coming up with cool software products. Recently, we've been doing a lot of work for big data centers and how the hardware in data centers works. You would be very hard pressed on a day-to-day basis to go through an entire day without using or indirectly using something that we have built right here. So I was a non-traditional student. I started school at Michigan Tech when I was 22. It took me about until that time to figure out what I really wanted to do, but once I knew what I wanted to do, I came up here for computer science. Throughout my time in school, I competed in a number of hackathons like M-Hacks, Winter Wonder Hack, a lot of that kind of stuff. I got pretty into building software products and, starting different ideas with friends of mine in school, and it eventually evolved into this.
My name is Kenzie Baker, and I've been working with Superior Technologies for about 4 or 5 months now. I am currently a full-time college student as well at Michigan Tech as a computer science major, and I have a statistics minor. In a day-to-day life, I usually come into the office around 9 o'clock and I look at some of my tasks that I have assigned to me for the day, and then I start working on them. So a lot of the tasks that I have are working on already structured code bases, and if there's any bugs in those, I can go through the code and kind of understand what somebody else has already written as a programmer, and look at it myself and try to work out if there isn't any comments in the code, try to figure out what they were doing and see how if I can come up with a solution to the problem that they're having currently. I have been working as a developer, like I said, for about 5 months now. Through my college courses that I've learned a lot of languages, primarily in Java and C. But there's constantly new languages coming out, and all programs are written just based on preference of what the programmer would like to write the language in. And so you're constantly having to learn new languages. But it's not as intimidating as it seems. A lot of times, a lot of programs are almost exactly the same. There's just some contextual things that might be slightly different. So most of my day, if I don't know a current language, I can go and watch YouTube videos are very helpful now. There's a lot of code courses that are online that you can also go through and help you fully understand a new language that might have just came out, or a new language that you need to work on a new project with. So a part of being a developer as well is constantly being updated on all of the new programming languages that are coming out and making sure that you understand those. So right now I'm on a team with about 2 other programmers, and we do a lot of paired programming. Right now, we have some developers who aren't as knowledgeable in some of the programming languages that we're currently working with, so we can work with other programmers. If you're a little bit behind in the current programming language you're working with, then you can pair program with other people and kind of watch what they're doing and learn from experience, as well as there's a lot of times where you're working on a program and you just might not catch something because there's so many lines of code, and it's really helpful to work with others and collaborate with others in order to make sure you're not missing anything, or it's very easy for somebody else to notice something that you might be missing as well. When I was in high school and I was interested in coding, I took a lot of classes in high school, so if that's available, I definitely recommend doing that. but I also was interested outside of my coursework. So I had looked up various websites that I could learn code through that were very, very helpful, as well as watching YouTube videos that can teach you code and just the basic concepts of programming as well. And I also recommend asking people, if you know that do know how to program, to maybe teach you some of the basics or explain some of the more difficult concepts as well.
Programming is pretty intimidating at first. There's a lot to learn, but if you focus on the cool things that you can do at the end of the road, I think it makes it a lot better. And in addition to that is, don't go into it thinking that you want to do just one thing. A lot of people start by saying, I want to go make video games or something like that. The reality is there's tons of like really, really cool things that you can do with it, and you don't want to kind of lock yourself into just one line of thinking with it. You might go in starting to say like, I want to make video games, and then end up thinking that artificial intelligence is really cool, or like voice recognition, or graphical rendering, or just any number of things.